Okay, Rat Wars, round 2. This is the setup tonight. We've got plenty of seed for the rats, got a ladder. There's the camera up there hanging off the wall, off the gazebo. Let's see if those little rats can work it out and then go for a swim. Okay, we've set this up for round 2. Let's see if we're successful. Come on, you inside. Let's go. It's 9 p.m. and the rat has turned up to have a bit of an explore. There's something new tonight. It's now 10:55 p.m, so an hour and 55 minutes have elapsed, and in that time he's actually just been feeding on the scraps under the deck, the scraps that were left by that parrot that upset the apple cart before the dark set in. I don't think he's quite sure what's going on here. There's something different, and I didn't put any rat sack down today. It's pure bird seed for him. He's having a look up there at that underneath the ladder, and there's still bird seed there. So you see he takes it and goes in under the deck, under some shelter to eat it. So far he hasn't really shown any interest in climbing up the ladder, and I think that's because there's a whole heap of seed on the deck. I think one of the problems here is that there's too much spillage from the parrot, and probably when I was moving and putting the seed out I probably spilled a little bit, so he's actually feeding on all that stuff before he even makes an attempt to get up the ladders, I think. That seems to be what's in his mind. I wedged a nut in the grate between those two sticks on that ladder. That's a bit of mesh, and I noticed he was trying to get to it. That's the white thing that you see about 3/4 of the way up. I think he's well and truly interested now. He knows there's something up there. He just hasn't quite worked out which way to go and how to get there. Get up on the rock or the camel? Which one will it be? No, can't do it that way. This is his first attempt at the square bucket ladder, and that white strip is a piece of double-sided adhesive, which I was planning to stick some birdseed to it, but it didn't work very well, and the little black bits there are actually sunflower seeds to attract him. He certainly seems in no hurry to progress his way up that ladder, but then he's got nice juicy sunflower seeds to eat, so, and we don't, he's not gobbling it down like a dog would do. Here he goes, we'll have a go at this one. Yeah, that's nice. Now this seems to be his first serious attempt at getting onto that little platform that's at the top. There is a bit of a gap there, so he's obviously got to work out how to get up there. He can jump, I mean he's pretty agile, but he's just realised that there is more seed up on the top. So let's see what he does. It seems that all the while, when they come across a new problem, they certainly think about it, and you just saw him there. He sort of stretched up over the top. There he is, look, see? And now he says, hang on, there's more up here. Now this is all part of his learning curve. And mine too, because I'm learning an awful lot here. Now I have the video set for 30-second scenes when there's movement, so it cuts off, and I'm not quite sure why he ended up back down on the deck. Maybe something scared him, or he could well have that may have overbalanced slightly, and he got a bit of a fright now, because he obviously realises that the seed is up there, and here he is, he's back without a care in the world, back straight onto that platform. But there you go again, and that's just a different scene. So that was within 30 seconds, and he was up on that platform there probably for well over a minute, feeding away. And while all that was taking place, there's been a gap of about 7 minutes. These are succeeding scenes, but I'm looking at the time scale, the time clock up there, and it's now 23:22 or 11:22 p.m. So there is a big time difference here, even though it seems like it's streamlined and seamless, there are quite substantial gaps. If you look closely at that squarish bucket that looks like a paddle, there's a line going about a third of the way across. There is a line. That is actually the pivot point. And that, where he is now, he's just about ready to jump on there. That is also a counterbalance. And later on, you will notice how he's very wary of going above that tipping point. Now he seems to have developed this thing, whether it's a habit or whatever. He grabs some seed, he feeds up there for a little bit, and then he grabs another seed and off he scampers in under the deck there, probably for protection or whether he hears a noise or something, but he's very, very wary. There's no real sense of urgency with them either. They're so wary, they take their time. They've just realised now there's sort of 6 minutes gone past, and he's been under the decking, and I think sometimes he maybe even scampers off to his home under the gazebo. He seems in no hurry here to get back up onto that platform. He's got enough seed attached to that laddery thing there to keep him going, but hang on, we might have another look over there, are we? Are we? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, there's more seed at the end there, look at that. Ah, now, I'll attack that bit of seed. There's a lot of it over here. Look at this, yum, 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 yum. Oh, here we go. Didn't get you. Too wary. I'm beginning to wonder whether that counterbalance there is too heavy. I expected it to go a lot quicker than that, so there's a lesson. Now I think one of the problems I have now is because that bounced so heavily, there was a lot of seed sprayed up on, over and onto the deck and under the deck. So he really has no incentive now to come back up there for any great length of time because he's got plenty of seed underneath that deck. He's been under there now for well over 2 minutes, and there is no real incentive for him to come back up again. However, I don't think all is lost. We'll continue to see what he's doing and the time it takes him to do it. Now he looks like he's had enough and he's just taken off. Well, he seems to have overcome his fright, although it's 18 minutes later now, and there had been no more further activity in that time. But here he is, bold as brass if you like, going back over to the tipping point, that line, but he's a bit wary now, isn't he? He's now looking to see if he can do what he did last night and go around the edge. The lure of the seed has still got him though. Now he's wary. Look at the whiskers going. Watch his little whiskers moving, testing the air. Danger, danger. And he suddenly disappears. Off you go. I think he went home. And after a gap of 2 3/4 hours, he decides to come back. And there's still all that seed spilled over there. So he probably went home for a nap. Maybe that was his afternoon siesta. We've had another gap of 15 minutes and he's decided to come back, and this time he's checking underneath the ladder to the round bucket. He's just working out which way to get up there, and there's a rock that the ladder is actually resting on, but I don't know whether he's worked that out yet. Well, he's become quite blasé now. He's worked out everything. He knows how to get up and down via the camel, via the ladder, via the rock. So I think I'm probably beaten on this particular one at this stage. However, I'm not going to give up. You really have to give these animals a pat on the back for their quickness in learning things. They're very wary of danger to themselves. Look, he knows he won't cross over that line anymore because he knows now that that's a tipping point. Now, that's just jumped the scene, but here he is. He keeps looking at other ways. He's got plenty of food on the ground, really, and I think he's just being arrogant now. Here we go, look, I can eat that seed that's still there. Look, that's nice. I don't have to, not in any danger. Yay, Dougie, I think I've beaten you again. Now for the next sort of 18 minutes or thereabouts, he just continued to sort of feed, and he didn't do anything really spectacular at all. He was just going up there as he is. You can see now he wouldn't cross over that balance line at all. The seed was sprayed everywhere, and he just kept going down underneath the deck, eating it and continuing on. As I said though, I'm not giving up, and I have learned a few lessons, and one is not to have so much seed, and trying to find a way of anchoring that seed to the bucket lids so that when he does decide to get a little bit braver, he will move across that balance line. If I make it so that he has no option but to do that, it might work. At 4:26, he decided he'd had enough and he was going home, and there wasn't any more action after that until 6:03, when the birds came to clean up his mess. Almost like his mother. So, in a nutshell, round 2 was won by the rat. So the score is now 2-0, 2 to the rat, 0 to Doug. Oh dear. And the birds get a free feed as well. Anyway, stay tuned for further developments.